Alright, here we got a piece of wood. It looked like those over there. Took the bark off them, or off of this one, sanded it down roughly, and now we're going to put a little sand on it and get it nice and smooth. Alright, so put some sawdust in there and some glue. Looks a mess right now, but once we sand that down, might have to touch it up a little bit with some more sawdust and some super glue for the little cracks, but those will fill the big holes and cracks, and then we'll give it another sanding and see how it looks. Alright, it's design time. I'm using Vectrix. It's the software I use for my CNC, but I do most of my design work in it. I'll import a clip art that was sent to me of what they want carved on the board. Little Texas star. Next, I'm going to vectorize this clip art, which means it's going to draw the lines around all the black parts. Then I'll use a node editor, take those lines and turn them into nodes after I get rid of the clip art there. This will also separate each part individually so I can get rid of the middle because he wants it solid. And then I'll select it all, group it, and export it out as a scalable vector graphic, SVG. And then I'm going to import it back into Lightburn, the software I use for my laser. It'll show it as a filled object, and this is what it'll look like when it burns it. Next, I'm going to get my texting tool, type out the last name, resize it a little bit so we can see it. And then we'll change the font. The font we're looking for, I think it'll look really nice burned with the laser. And then we can position it, size it according to the star. And now we're ready to burn. All right, back out in the shop. Right here we have we're selecting the name, and we're having the laser track where the burn is going to be. To get our position just right, we'll move the board, move the laser to where we are on the board, and then we'll shut it and start it. Alright, now that we're done with the name, we're going to do the star next. You see I've taken some measurements, kind of get it in the center. And we're doing the same thing as we did before. We select the star shape, we track it around the board. I'm repositioning it, making slight adjustments. And up in the top right, you can see it in slow motion. It tracks, and I can see exactly where it's going to put that star. And like before, shut it and start it. Alright, here's what we got. Now, try to get it deep. I burn hot so that it'll get that depth, so it leaves scorch marks. And now we'll take this back out to the shop and give her a sand down, and this should be ready for a finish. Alright, show you what I'm seeing here. And